Hi, everyone, and welcome to our regular Tuesday session where we talk about all things trekking. My name is Michelle Hill, and I'm joined by my colleague Dinesh Karki. And today we thought we'd just mix it up a little bit because we've talked over the last 6, 7, 8, 10 months about trekking and different places to trek, what to take, altitude, sickness, all those sort of things that are associated with trekking. But today I wanted to just open up your image or understanding of Nepal by talking a little bit about the non-trekking attractions and different things that you can do when you come to Nepal. And for me personally, when I come to Nepal this November and my partner comes with me, he's a non-trekking person. So while I'm off doing a trek, he'll be doing different sightseeing things. So I thought it was appropriate just to give you a bit of a glimpse into that. But before we dive into that, for those of you who haven't met me before, my name is Michelle Hill, and I'm a business and travel coach. I'm based in Australia. And for me, my first journey in Nepal was back in 2015 when, as a complete novice trekker, I jumped on a plane and landed in Kathmandu and trekked to Everest Base Camp with absolutely very minimal knowledge of what I really let myself in for. And I was thinking, here I am to do this amazing physical challenge. But what I learned along the way is it's absolutely such a mental challenge as well. And it really helped to, I guess, open my mind and kickstart my whole personal development journey. Because I remember standing at Everest Base Camp with my hands in the air thinking, you know what, if I can do this, I can do anything. And I did. I came back to Australia and started a business with my partner and did lots of other things. And then I came back to Nepal in 2017 and trekked Annapurna Circuit. And once again, an amazing experience. And sadly, I haven't been able to get back to Nepal since then. A few things in the way, like no travel and all that sort of stuff. But very excited to be coming back again this November and spending some time with Dinesh and then doing our organized tour. So that's a little bit about me. I'm just going to hand over for Dinesh to introduce himself, and then we'll dive into today's topic.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. I am Dinesh Karki from Kathmandu. Actually, I was born and grew up in the Mount Everest region. I've been guiding in this sector like last 22 years. And so before I became a guide, I accompanied so many different steps and became guide like after struggling hard life from porter to assistant, cook, and many different things for learning. And after getting like spending more than a decade in the same field, then I became a guide. And after after long experience guiding the people groups in mountains all over the Nepal, Tibet, Bhutan, India, so with top one of the toppest level company in Kathmandu, then after long experience, me and my colleague, other friends we are together now. So I mean like the guide friends, we established our company Nature Explore Trek since 2015. So the where Michelle and I met when she was in the first time in Nepal for Everest Base Camp Trek. And yeah, so since 9 years now, we are running our own company, so aiming with providing the different service in market. So as we have been long experience in different area of Nepal, and we understand from very close, we connect with our guest as we are field guides, what we need actually for the field and what actually needed. So we figure out everything by our experience. So the reason why we decided to start our own organizations, Nature Explore Trek. So that means like we're already running 9 years and service more than a couple of hundred people through our company. And yeah, of course, providing the big trips small trips like Everest, Annapurna, Manaslu, Langtang, Kanchenjunga, Great Himalayan Trail like up east to west Nepal, one trip, but big trip, Kailas, West Tibet, and Bhutan, and many others, of course. So that means we feel like we're lucky to service this, and then we have got so many positive feedback from our clients, which get us more positive, vibrant to work, continue for our job, and we love, and we're doing continue. So yeah, that's I'm loving, I'm working, I'm enjoying my job. So I love to welcome everyone from all around the world who want to visit Nepal. So we are happy to share our culture, nature, mountains, history, and anything. So we are here for that. That's our job, to show you the mountain. That's I want to tell now.
Well, thank you. And as you can no doubt tell, Dinesh is one of those people who have managed to set up their business and their life so that he's actually doing something that he truly, truly loves and that he's passionate about. So it probably doesn't even feel like work for him most of the time when he's guiding these tours. So when we've talked a little bit about trekking already today, but what the title today was Uncovering Nepal, your adventures beyond the trekking trails. So for some people, it can almost be a little bit of a one-dimensional view of Nepal, in that, they've decided to do a trek and that's what they're focused on, they're training on. They come to Kathmandu, the trek, they spend a few days in and around Kathmandu, and then they go home again without ever actually experiencing the country as a whole and the culture and what it has to offer. So we're just going to highlight a few different things today. And I'm going to obviously draw on Dinesh's experience to talk us through those. But the first thing I wanted to mention was the obvious, which is Mount Everest. Now, there are many treks and different trails and ways that you can actually walk to Everest Base Camp, and then every year there's people who climb Mount Everest. But Dinesh, what are the other ways that you can actually come to Nepal and see Mount Everest, especially if you are either not interested in trekking or you're not physically capable of trekking?
Well, thank you. There is so many different alternative options to see the Mount Everest. Instead of go to by walk and get there. If you are not planning and prepare for the trek to the high altitude mountain area, you can also go by the mountain flight. It is 1 hour flight from Kathmandu.
Yeah.
As the one big international airport, and closest big airport from Lukla or Mount Everest area is Kathmandu. So you can buy the 1 hour flight in a group. So I mean, like, of course, there's not reserving the airplane. Just
Yeah.
go by like in the group in whole passenger, and
Yeah.
see the mount. Every morning they have a flight schedule for that kind of trip. So
Mm-hmm.
especially in the autumn and spring, not in the monsoon, because of you have very short time, and if the cloudy and weather is not clear, then you will lost the view.
Yeah.
So, and then other option is by helicopter. So if you're okay with your budget, then still you can also go by helicopter. So you can hire from Kathmandu to go to Lukla by helicopter, and then go to the Everest View Hotel, and then go to the Mount Everest Base Camp, where they
Mm.
landed for a few like less than hours. At the meantime, you can also capture the good picture, enjoy the view, and then you return back by helicopter. So these are the alternative option to see Mount Everest. But
Okay.
helicopter is quite expensive. If you are not ready for that big budget, then the best option is mountain flight. In a few $100, you will see the Mount Everest by your one eye, even if you are not fit for walk
Yeah.
to get to the base camp.
Okay. Well, that's another option for people, because really, when people say, oh, Nepal, the first thing that really springs to mind usually is Mount Everest. So, and then one of the other areas I thought we'd just talk about today too is Kathmandu Valley itself. I mean, like most people fly in and out of Kathmandu, but there is actually a lot to do in and around Kathmandu. So do you want to just give us some highlights around that?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Kathmandu is the capital city of Nepal, of course, and it is the historical places and also the known as a temple city because of here is all everywhere, every corner of the house, every places there's the temples and monasteries as history. You know, Kathmandu it is itself very rich in the culture history since many hundred years ago. So yeah, in spending time in Kathmandu, you have a very easy. No, you know, so you have so many things to see. Like we have so many different old heritage sites. Like if I say quickly, the namely Pasupatinath Temple, Kathmandu Darbar Square, Swambhunath Temple, Patan Darbar Square, Bhaktapur Darbar Square, Chagunarayan Darbar Square. So many heritage sites, and then
Mm-hmm.
Bodhanath Stupa. These are the old, in recorded in the old UNESCO. So, so this, easily in few days, it's so easy to spend your time. So in the
Okay.
meantime, so you will know it so many things. I mean, like you will know a lot of history and culture of Nepal. So when you are not ready for trekking but is still interested to know about Nepal and culture, you can visit to Nepal, fly to Nepal and spend your good time in Kathmandu, like for a
Mm-hmm.
few days. And also, if you want to make extend little bit days and want to make short hike, also possible in Kathmandu. You don't have to go very long, just for a one day hike and then
Mm-hmm.
I spent overnight in the hillside of Kathmandu. As Kathmandu is surrounded by the hills and the Sivapuri National Park, so after a quick drive, you can connect to the walking trail, and then you can make short hike, a day hike in the hillsides,
Okay.
where you
Yeah.
can enjoy the beautiful view of valley and mountains. So Kathmandu is a beautiful place to spend your week to see the
Yeah.
different cultural nature and then mountain snow caps by your own eyes.
Okay.
Mhm,
Sounds interesting. So from Kathmandu Valley, then if we move on to Pokhara,
mhm.
so that's
Um,
on the beautiful lake in the middle of Nepal.
yeah, Pokhara is the thirdest popular city, and sorry, thirdest beautiful city, and then biggest city in Kathmandu.
Yep.
And but into by touristy, it is the first city of Nepal because of very beautiful. Every tourist know that about Pokhara and Annapurna because of the beauty of that area. So
Mm-hmm.
Pokhara itself lies and located just beneath of the Annapurna mountains. It is in the foothills. So, so you have an amazing view of Mount Annapurna range from east 1 to 5, including so many other beautiful Himalayas. And then middle of the city, there is beautiful lake called Phewa Lake, with clean green water, and it is very deepest lake also in the Nepal. So you can enjoy on the boating on over the lake, and on the middle of the lake on the island there is like a beautiful temple surrounded by forests, and then hillside of Pokhara there is so many things to see like temples, monasteries, viewpoints. From Pokhara you can see the more views in the further to the Annapurnas from west to east of Annapurna. So in a short time, from close distance, and if you are not trekkers, I mean like not ready for trekking, if from even you are beginners or illiterates, so no matter, you can enjoy by your own eye to see the beautiful Pokhara city plus whole Annapurna mountains, including two over 8,000-meter mountains. If I'm saying the namely like Annapurna 1 and Mount Dholagiri. So when you go to Pokhara and if you plan in the right time, in the best season, like autumn and spring, so you can see by your own eye 2 over 8,000-meter high mountains from Pokhara, not from the city. As I'm saying earlier, you have to walk in the hillside or you have to
Yep.
go by drive to the
Yep.
viewpoint, and then it's amazing. So Pokhara is the another very beautiful, popular, and it's like lots of choice. You know, every
Yeah.
every trekkers have a bucket list to go Pokhara because of this beauty.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
I must admit, at the end of my Annapurna circuit trek, I didn't end up with as much time in Pokhara as what we were hoping for. So I haven't really seen much of it. So I'm looking forward to spending time there when we come in November. And for my partner, my non-trekking partner, while you and I are off trekking in Gorapani and Poon Hill area, one of the things he's interested in doing is at least one cooking class as well, so that he can learn a little bit about the cuisine and how he can make some beautiful meals to remind us of Nepal when we come home. So that'll be fun. So from Pokhara, something completely different. Tell us a little bit about Chitwan National Park.
Thank you. Yes, Chitwan National Park is another famous and popular destination in Nepal for tourists, as it is totally different because we don't do the trekking or hiking, because it is more safari, jungle safari. So where you can explore and encounter with the wild animals. And Chitwan is located in the west south of Kathmandu and border with India, as it is close and then close to India, and then it is lower altitude, less than 400 meters. So you will feel like your hometown, maybe some of yours. So it is not high, I mean.
I live at sea
And
level.
as Michelle already said, it is national park of Nepal and very popular for wild animals, domestic animals, and then most of the tourists love to go to the Chitwan because of it is so many. There is so many things to need to do and see by your one eye, like wildlife, animals, and activities. For example, you can also see the rhinos, one-hand rhinos, we never see
Yeah.
on anywhere in the world, and Bengal tigers, and then deers, so many different species of birds.
Mm-hmm.
And there is rich culture of Tharu people. They can show you so many different activities of their culture, and then very good food in Chitwan, of course, and then you have a good bath on elephant. Elephant will take you in the river. There is a
Yeah.
beautiful river called Rapti River, so you can also do the like boating on the Rapti River. You can visit the elephant bathing center, and
Yeah.
you can also ride the elephant, and you can also go or do the jeep safari into the national park with guide to see the animals. So
Okay.
couple of days, couple of nights is very useful. I mean, like very
Yeah.
beautiful nights is gonna spend in Chiton.
I'm
So Chiton
looking for, sorry, I
is,
interrupted you. My apologies, but I was just going to say I'm looking forward to visiting Chitwan in our trip, because that's an area of Nepal that I haven't been to yet. So that'll be
yeah.
really interesting and really exciting. So from Chitwan, tell us a little bit about Lumbini.
Wow, yes, this another exciting world heritage site of Nepal. Lumbini is, everyone knows, birthplace of Gautam Buddha. Buddha was born in Lumbini
Mm-hmm.
by the king of that century. So it is the more about Buddhism, and there is so many different monasteries, and then it is very beautiful place located close to the border of India and Nepal, but it is located in Nepal side. So any one of you who are planning to go to the Lumbini, so beautiful place. You can, when you go there, you can visit so many different monasteries, and you have a good time to know about Gautam Buddha, Buddha
Mm-hmm.
religion. And
Yeah.
there is like different Buddha's states and life, how he became like Buddha, and every history you will know it when you go there. So it is very nice place, and lower altitude, of course, not higher like Kathmandu. So
Yeah.
you will have very good time if you spend couple of nights to there. So
Mm-hmm.
hire a local guide and then go to there. So you will have an amazing time to know about Buddhism.
Yeah. So from Lumbini, tell us a little bit about Rara Lake, which is also in a national park.
Yes, it is another beautiful last national park, but not it is not in close to the cities. Anyway, it is very far located, far west of Nepal.
Right.
Very
Do
long.
you drive or do you fly there?
Pardon?
Do you drive or do you fly there?
Both.
Yeah.
But if you only to choose the drive, you can also get to there by drive. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to hire long drive and get like a flight and get drive close to the place, it's also
Yeah.
possible. If you go
Right.
by fly, You will fly from here to Nepalganj by flight, and then from Nepalganj you can hire the jeep right to the Rara. So it is very long distance. So
Yeah.
you need a couple of days to get there, and then of course 1 or 2 nights stay there and spend. Rara Lake is one of the beautiful lake. It's like heaven, if I'm saying about nature, because of the lake, forest, and the mountains. It's
Yeah.
like totally decorated, like almost like human built, but it is nature. So, even in history, our king, many years ago, when you were now we don't have king now, but like long time ago,
Yeah.
every king and every people who have a stress, like the rich people, I mean, like the person who lead the country, so they love to go for a couple of days to spend time because of the forget the stress,
Yeah.
because this is the place like a heaven. So Rara is the one of the beautiful place in the far west Nepal, where you can enjoy the beautiful lake of the Rara and mountains, and of course it is the far remote area of Nepal, so you can see the beautiful, very basic lifestyle of people, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the hills, snow caves, charming people, fascinating culture of that area. So it
Mm-hmm.
is definitely worth it to go to Rara Lake. If you are planning to go to Rara Lake, definitely you need to be prepared both mentally and physically, as it is the away from the cities. So you have to accept both situations, and then if you're prepared well, even well, I mean, like you don't have to walk even there, but still, like when we're going there, might be the food and accommodation could be the basic in our area. So still, they are not
Right.
like there's
Okay.
not like five-star hotel with a heater or
No.
anything. So, but
So it's
still, you will forget it with that view.
okay. So not as sophisticated as Kathmandu and Pokhara, but definitely worth it.
It is. That's I
Right.
try to tell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So more basic accommodation.
Yeah.
And last but by absolutely no means least, and we were discussing before we started the pronunciation of Gosakunda Lake in the
Yeah.
Langtang area. So
Wow.
that's up quite high. About what have I got here? 4,380 meters.
Yeah, it is. It is located in the Langtang National Park, north from Kathmandu Valley.
Yeah,
So Gosakunda Lake, it's both. Like you can also go by trek, or if you're not ready for trek, then you can also hire a helicopter from Kathmandu to the
yep,
Gosakunda Lake. And the
yep,
Gosakunda Lake it is pilgrimage site also, as the Hindus and Buddhists both. So as a Hindus religion, they believe there's God Shiva was
right.
stay there, spend his time some time there when you was traveling to Kailas through the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So in the history, the Gosai Kunda lake is the water lake, like the lake is created by the Vishnu, Shiva, because when he was traveling to the Mount Kailas in Tibet, he is very thirsty, and then he has a weapon like trident, and then
Yep,
he just put the trident in the ground, and then uh, make the pond, the water is come itself,
yep,
like something
yep,
by doing himself. So how
yep.
it start the lakes, it's like there is so many lakes, like including the Gosaikunda, like, but all lakes are not bigger like Gosaikunda lake, but there are so many other lakes given name differently, like Surya Lake, Rar Lake, like small lake belongs to the local people name or the area.
Mhm.
So also, when you are trekking or flying to the Gosaikunda Lake, you will have a beautiful view of from Manaslu, Annapurna, Gangapurna, Ganesimal, Langtang area, and then the eastern side of Nepal, like including on the Everest region. So you have a very good panoramic mountain view also.
Yeah.
So if you are in the good season, so the Gosaikunda Lake is popular, beautiful site. As Michelle already said, it is a little higher in 4,100 uh, uh, over higher in elevation, but it is worth it. And there is so many beautiful tea houses surrounded around the lakes, and beautiful and surrounded by the hills. So definitely it's nice place to
Mm.
visit that place.
So if you were actually trekking there, you could even stay there for a couple of nights, couldn't you?
Yeah, if
Just
you want.
enjoy
Normally the
the
trekkers
view.
spend overnight,
Mm.
and then at the time they can visit the lakes.
Yeah,
They can take a shower, as a believe, when we
yeah,
take a shower from the water of lake, so we relieve our body, go pain go away, and then we just get more energy, as believe it. And there is
Okay.
some temples and small chorten. It's like a monastery, so you can also visit and see the things. And then there is some sadhu. You know the sadhu. Sadhu.
No, I
Sadhu is
don't.
like a holy man.
Oh, okay.
So he used one sadhu, like holy man, used to live always in that temple, who are like a priest. So he will bless for every trekkers. If someone want to go close to him, and then he say something nice things about life or things, and look, it's your future by your hand, and like doing kind of
Oh,
like giving some meditation. And then
okay.
even if you will not visit that kind of place to see mountains, you will also feel like blessed, and then you
Yeah.
have a good chance to meditate.
Right. So there's
Trekking is not
there's
only like seeing the mountain. Yeah.
spiritual as well as beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Mountains are not only for a view, they are also for, like, as we believe the God is live
Yeah.
holy places, as
Yeah.
it is the highest in the earth. So you can, when you are on the trekking, you have also good chance to meditations and feel as you are blessed by this scenery, as a heaven,
Yeah.
as God
Yeah.
residence.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of, it's Gosekun is like that.
Okay.
Similar like feelings of
I think I
mixed
need to
mixed
put
mixed feeling.
I think I need to put that one on my list as well. My ever-growing list.
Growing the
Um,
leaves. Yeah.
so that's yeah, that's just a little taste. I mean, we've just chosen 7 places to tell you about today, but we've really only scratched the surface. So if any of this has piqued your interest, please feel free to reach out. Dinesh's company is Nature Explore Trek. There will be a link with this video to get in touch with us, or if you can't find the link, just go to the website natureexploretrek.com and click on the contact button, and you can just send us a quick note and we'll be in touch. Because what you might have thought is, okay, I like this bit, I like this bit, I like this bit, but I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. So we can create a bespoke itinerary just for you. And literally that's what Dinesh and I have done for my trip in November. And we've called it Discover Your Edge. And from the list we talked about today, we'll be spending time in Kathmandu, in Pokhara. The non-trekking people will be going to Lumbini, and we will all be going to Chitwan National Park. So if that ticks any of your boxes and you'd like to join us, we still have some spaces available. That is we start on the 14th of November, and we'll be back in Kathmandu around about the 28th of November, I think it is, or the
Yeah.
27th. Should have looked that up before we started, but again, you can find the details on the website, or you can get in touch with me. Now, as I mentioned at the start, this will be our last weekly recording until early in September, because whilst it is monsoon season in Kathmandu and for most of the trekking trails, for the next couple of months, Dinesh is going to be very busy taking different groups on tours of Tibet. Do you want to just tell us, just in, like, we haven't got, well, we're kind of out of time, but just uh, quickly what you will be doing in the next couple of months, and then when you
Yeah.
get back you can share more stories and pictures with us.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Yes, as I continue, Michelle saying, yes, I will. I'm going to. Me and my company is doing like another big trip, not one trip, many trips to the Kailas, as are located in the West Tibet. So we are close to, by anyway, we're close from the Tibet even, because Kathmandu is eastern side of Nepal and close to the border of Tibet side also. So anyway, every month, like this month, June, July, and August, we have a group, 3 groups. So some groups are of course bigger, some are small also. So but me and my teams are going to very busy to organizing that kind of short-term stops and things, what we need and what we need to prepare, like documents, arranging foods, accommodations, and arriving and driving and pick up drops, like everything's arranging. So that means it's going to be busy, and personally I'm going to lead all the groups. So that means we are just quite rough in the schedule. That's with Michelle and I decided, because of me, I'm in the mountains, so we are just escaping for these busy months.
Yeah.
for this kind of our regular session meeting or event. And we already spoke and discussed. We will start reback to the in September first week. We will let you know everyone what topic we are going to talk in the first meeting after 3 months
Mm.
or 2 months. Yes, of course, I will share my experience with groups about Kailas, and then definitely sure the photos and the videos will be there. If the weather is giving us the permissions to take clear, or even any 3 times being there, going there with groups, of course, any one of these time I will have good time catching the good picture of God Shiva or like Mount Kailas, Lake Manasanavar and things. So I will share definitely when I come back.
Thank you. Yeah,
Welcome.
I'm looking forward to seeing your pictures and your videos. And as we talked about a few weeks ago, not on camera, but yeah, I've penciled in, I think is the word we used, the middle of 2026 to do the full trip into Tibet with a couple of friends of mine and with my partner as well. So that'll be something exciting to look forward to as well. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And as always, I hope that, even if you want to just take away one little snippet that helps you from this video, please look out for the next one, which, as Dinesh said, will be the first week in September. And we will be back then. If you have any specific topics that you would like us to cover, please feel free to reach out to me either on Facebook through Messenger or on the contact form on the website. That's natureexploretrek.com. And we would be happy to explore your particular question and your particular topic. But until we get together again, thank you so much, Dinesh, and namaste.
Namaste.